Hi, welcome back to the latest episode of Learning Kotlin Live. Okay, I know I sound pretty deep today. I have experienced some bad sore throat yesterday and the day before yesterday. So yeah, I think you can definitely tell from my my sound now. So, we've been ta talking about a lot about the last question, which was almost increasing sequence last time because we took some time with it because we need to optimize the first algorithm that I have proposed. But so I am planning to talk about a little bit about Kotlin back again, which was one of the one of the most important reason why I was doing this um, at all. So that's I feel like this is something that may suit today's needs. So let's start with this keyword and operators list. So let's first look at the keywords, and as we have already used this one, it is used for typecast. And it can also specify an alias for an import, which we have not used now, but it's definitely just some future candy for imports. And or maybe it supports something that Java doesn't earlier support, because in C++ we know that we can import something as another thing, so we can handle the collision of namespace, but in Java it's not possible. So is it possible? Oh yeah, it's actually possible, I think. So Kotlin have done this to not exactly. It does not specify it supports the C++ style import, but anyway, let's go on. And as question mark, we have talked about type safety last time. So safe typecast basically is doing some um, casting a non-newable type to some newable, and the other way around is simply just do it with a s. It would work. And break is the same with Java. It's the control statement. And class declares a class, simple. Continue, just like break, the control statement. Do else control statement as well. False, the boolean type. For loop, function. If expression. There are several usages for in. We have already seen this one. It's for a for loop and for iterables. And so it can also be a boolean check to check if something in. So it is defined in the contents. So basically a and b is the same as b dot contains, and a not in b is same with not b dot contains. So this is not in is here. So this is just a syntax sugar for contains. In when for the same purpose. When it's still for the same purpose. It still contains. Yeah, it's same here. Market type manager as contra variant. What is this? If I can't understand this, I'm going to skip this. Type in. In? Where is that in? I don't see that in. Yeah, I don't see that in here. So let's skip this and we will revisit this someday, I guess. Variance. I don't know what this is. Contravariant. I think there are some variant function or yeah, those kind of things. When expression for example. Okay, we've covered all these. Interface is simply interface is and check if a value has a certain type, like string is string, like this. And when, oh, this is also the same, just a boolean. No, the empty type object, a class and its instance is, oh, this is new to me, so this is an object. Okay, we can talk about this in the future. This is definitely something interesting that we can talk about later. Package is just package, and return, no return. Yeah. Super is for calling superclass. This is to call or refers itself. Throws an exception. And true specifies the true value. That's of course try exception handling. Type alias, I don't know what this is. Type alias. Okay, so it's just a short, it's again a syntax sugar. If we want this like predicate of t, and we this t is a predicate of t, we can in the future use this as the type alias. Value var variable local read only and mutable, yeah, like we have expected. And when exception expression, when, what's this? Oh, this is the switch case in Kotlin. So we know while loop, so let's look at this when expression. So this is just like switch case. Switch, case 1, case 2, but it is it's a statement rather than you can put a block into it. I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, it's really switch case. The only difference is you don't need to use, and else is just like default. And so the only difference is you don't need to put a break in between, and you can do something like a list or function. And I think this is handled by arrow handling, I guess. I don't know, because I don't believe that parse int is going to return a boolean. It's definitely going to be so again, those numbers are in range. These are just those powerful Kotlin shooters. So let me take a look at if we are broadcasting successfully. Are we? I think so. Can you guys hear me? No. Did I have my microphone? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me. So ask me anything in live if you want to. Okay. So that's the syntax. Let's go on with another question for today. We talked about this question last time, but let's have some review. So basically, we would like to, if there is a 0, all rooms that is below it would be, no one would like to live in a room that is below 0. So actually matrixElementsSum is kinda hinting us to how to solve this one. But yeah, so because this one is 0, so these two rooms are going to be marked X, and this is 0, so this is going to be marked x, and this two, this one is below 0 and this one is below 0, so both of these are going to mark x. So basically I think this is how I'm going to solve this one. Let's first look up the tallest 0, where these tallest zeros are, because we know that with that we can know that if this is valid, because like for instance, if we have a table that tells us for the zeros, is this column or row? I think this is row, right? Sorry, I'm bad at these. Yeah, so this is column. Yeah, so for the zeros column, the zeroth row is the first 0, and for the first column, the 0 first second, the second row is the highest or the smallest, the row that has the item that has the smallest row index. So with that we can know that when we are parsing these items we don't need to add. When we look at this one, we know zeros is 0, so we don't need to add the first. And here, because we know the second is 0, so we don't need to add. We need to add the first item of this column. So let's have this variable of is there array in Kotlin? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's our array. So how am I going to init one? So these are all initialization of unknown, of non-size. This one is unknown, I guess. Construct with only size. Okay, so these are all non-size. So for unknown size, basic array is for non-size. So yeah, what I'm talking about. So these are for known elements, and this is for okay. But looks like at least in CodeSignal, mutable list is favored over array. But yeah, I would like to have some practice with this IntArray. So array. So what's the difference between IntArray and IntArray of and array? That's interesting. I don't know, but let's start with this IntArray. And look at the syntax here. So the size here is the length of the first element, so that would be matrix 0 dot size. Let's iterate through row, column first, index and n, matrix and do we use this int? Okay, I have It's too long since I last used Kotlin. Long time no see, guys. For row index in column index zeros. So we first iterate to column index, is that correct? Yeah. No. No. We should first iterate through row index because we want to know each zeroth item. And whenever we see if matrix column index row index, am I doing it correctly? Row index these are all of column index 1, column index 0, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, I'm doing it correctly. If this equals to 0 and this is of no. And break. Then let's do this for loop once again. And if row index is larger than equal to column index, add this for this item. We want to look up the array of this row index. If the column index itself is larger than or equal to the smallest item of this row, the smallest zero of this row, or larger than the smallest zero of this row, then it should be returned. Else we need to sum plus matrix I think there is going to be some syntax error. And there is no column index. Sorry, it's matrix 0. Sure was expected. Why? Column indexing. Oh. Hmm? Yeah, so it's that indices. Is it in, did I spell it correctly? Oh yeah. Oh, but there are some logic errors. Ah, because when initialized, these items are all 0. So we need to initialize them. Is there some fill that we can use? Yeah, fill mutable list.fill. But I'm not sure if this is going to work. I don't think so, but I think I need to give it a try. So, is this going to work? Because this is of type multiple list of multiple list, so I don't think this is going to work, but thou cannot infer. But no, it's not just not going to be though. Yeah, this cannot be applied to. So let's do for list and matrix. Let's fill every list, which is multiple list of integer. Oh, we shouldn't fill it with 0. But what else can we fill it with? It should be initialized by matrix dot size. I think I sound just like an vampire. Vampire, I mean. Not empire. Vampire. So, 0, no. Metric dot size. How can this happen? Let's print every item and it after the initialization. Oh, I should fill it. What am I doing? I'm changing the content, which I shouldn't have done. So, I mean, what I should fill is array. And that's it. Oh my god, I really sound like a vampire now. Okay, I hope this passes. If this passes, then we're done today. Oh yeah, it passes. Let's submit it. I don't know if I have my previous submitted answer. If so, then I can compare them now. But I don't think I have them. Let me take a pic. I don't think I have them. Yeah, I only have the answer I had it for almost increasing sequence. Let's do a little deep there then. Let's like take a look if I am really improving or I am doing the other way around. That's possible too. So at least look like I'm giving a shorter answer this time. This answer is 21 line, and this one is 22 line. And I don't know, is it easier to read? I think so. I don't know. If you're interested, you can compare this to algorithms. I'm just too tired to compare it today. So, see you guys next time. That's all for today.